The Perfect Pear. So I have been anticipating this episode literally since season 1, actually. So even though I've hated pretty much everything, this episode, I've been anticipating this because this is the highest rated episode on IMDb. And this is another one I was told, don't look at IMDb, the picture. And I don't know, I don't really think it's going to spoil that much because I just remember it was two characters. I think they both were yellow or something. But I think they were wearing country hats, so I assume they're Applejack's friends or family or something. And then one of them was playing a guitar or something. So I'm assuming this is going to be a love story. I don't know, I mean, because Perfect Pair, obviously, that's so obviously going to be about a love story. And I guess it could be about two siblings that are just really good friends or something like that. I don't know. It's probably going to be a love story though. But yeah, this has I think a 9.4 on IMDb. I don't remember for sure, but it's the highest rated one, which really that rating probably doesn't mean very much. And I kind of doubt that this will be anything, more significant than any other episode. I'm sure I'll just be disappointed just like I've been in pretty much every episode. But it does make me really curious. I am genuinely so curious what this is going to be because it has just such a high rating. And I've just been anticipating this for so long. Oh man. I almost feel nervous. It's really weird. Just because that's the level of anticipation I've had for this. I'm just so, what is this episode? What is it gonna be? Yeah. Okay, here here I go. And the perfect pear. Oh, he's selling pears. That's an obvious pun that I didn't think about. Grand pear. Van Hoover, of course. All right, we got this pear guy. I guess he's gonna be one of the important characters. I don't know. Okay, so I guess pear jam is a big deal. Well, I guess Granny Smith hates the pear guy. Okay then. I mean, I guess they got to the point with that cold open. It wasn't just I don't know, someone dicking around for no reason. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I mentioned that I learned the entire vocal melody of the intro on guitar. I don't know why. I just had it particularly stuck in my head for some reason. And then I looked up sheet music and made a tab out of it. And so there's a big feud between the apples and the pears. And they don't know why. Okay then, I guess this is family trouble then. Goldie Delicious. Was that a character before? It probably was. Oh yeah, it was when Pinky thought that Pinky was part of the family or something with the Apple family. Because cousins. So I'm guessing that the picture on IMDb was a flashback then. And it's the old pear guy. And this, whatever her name was, this old lady. Alright, so I guess, yeah, this is just going to be a flashback. And so that's what this will be about. Is this a guy voicing this old lady? That's just what it sounds like to me. Also, his voice, the pear guy, his voice sounds pretty familiar. Almost sounds like Blood Gleeful. Whatever. I don't know, they're just kind of going on and on with this. Just, I get it. I get it. The two families are feuding. But then, okay, so these two are gonna, fall in love or whatever. Even though their families are feuding.
Those are our parents' names.
Oh, that's their parents. Oh, okay. So, okay, that's what those baby characters were. So they actually have pear. And I guess that's gonna be, I don't know what I was about to say. Yeah, this is the first time they've talked about Applejack's parents. Now they're talking about this other guy? What? There's actually a decent amount of stuff that they're talking about. It's an interesting enough thing. Yeah, because they just haven't said anything about what their parents are. Is this the source of the feud then? He fucked up one of the things? I don't know. Or I guess the feud is just them fighting about who has the better fruit or whatever. Yeah, clearly this is the two families hate each other, but the two people from each of the families just love each other anyway. So the cakes knew the other people. They're still keeping it very ambiguous as to what happened to their parents, but I don't know. I guess they're just not ever gonna say exactly what happened, even though it's been implied previously that the parents are dead. Right, we're just showing their relationship. I don't know. It is kind of just a lot of stories, but I mean, I don't know. I guess it's a hell of a lot more interesting than the other shit. Oh, she cock-blocked them. Oh no, here's Granny's gonna see with these two. Yep. Oh, yep. There's love story shit.
56-hour
whatever. Yeah, this is the picture from and so now we're getting a song. Actually, this has been another long gap between songs. Not complaining, but yeah. That note sounded kind of weird. Yeah, I guess there's been a handful of kind of cute moments. Scarf around both their necks. There's saying they love each other now. Okay. Oh, then the reaction after the story. Okay. So wait, Pears moved? Oh, she actually had to leave him. Then I guess they got back together later. What he moved with? I guess he moved to what is this, Vancouver again? Oh, they get married right before she has to leave. What, they planted a seed for 2 trees? Oh no. It's the parents. Oh, there's ponies kissing. Wait, is that the first time that's happened in this show? Now that I think about it, I don't know. Are you making me choose? Oh, that's sad. Yes, people being stuck in their ways of feuding. So yeah, their parents just stayed in Ponyville then.
So sorry.
Oh. Yeah, he... Grandpair? Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, so that's his other grandparent. Yeah, this is pretty wholesome. Oh, I guess they're gonna talk about the 2 seeds they planted there. That's a giant apple and pear tree. Yeah, okay. That was... there were some moments there where I was actually kind of like, just saying like, oh, had a lot of cute moments and stuff. Okay, this is there's a lot to talk about here actually. So starting out, the plot of this is, I guess, relatively simple. The main story is essentially just Applejack and her siblings hearing stories about their parents, and it's basically the classic love story where 2 families hate each other, but then one person from each family just falls in love, and then their love outweighs the family's hate. I don't know, isn't that the plot of Romeo and Juliet from Shakespeare? I don't know, this kind of story is one of the oldest ones, but it's not like it's just some generic dumb thing. Like, they do put their own spin on it and stuff, but the basic story is that as little kids, these 2 people, I forget their names, something about honey or some, I don't remember their name, whatever, but they meet as kids, and then even though their families hate each other, the 2 kids just hang out and grow up together, and then they fall in love slowly over time despite their family's hatred for each other. And it turns out that these 2 people are Applejack's parents, so it's still not said where these parents are. I mean, it's like, it wouldn't really make sense for them to just leave their kids there, so the only thing that makes sense to me is that both of them died somehow, but that's too dark for this show to get into, so I guess that'll just be ambiguous and implied. And then the other important part about their story with them falling in love is that the Pear family is gonna move away because they hate the Apple family and they don't want their kids being married or whatever, or maybe they just didn't know, I don't remember. But then the girl, she chooses to stay with her because it was like just as they were getting like secretly married, like right before she would have to leave, so she decides to stay with the Apples since that means she could stay with her husband instead of staying with her original family. There was a line where she asked she asked her dad if she was saying like, oh, are you making me choose between being an apple and a pear? And then she said yes, that is what I'm saying. And then she said how like the apples are her family now. It's like there's a lot of moments like that were like, wholesome and kind of cute, I guess. Yeah, there was like things happening. It was not at all just the same, same scene. Like so many of these episodes, it's just the same scene that says the same thing over and over and over again. But this, it's actually progressing events. It shows these 2 characters as kids, then when they grow up a little bit and they really start falling in love, and then when their families are gonna separate or whatever. And then also, like, as the audience, you learn information at the pace of Applejack and her siblings. So it's like, yeah, it makes sense in that sense. I don't know. There was like some parts in the beginning where it's like, hey, look, the apples and the pears hate each other. Hey, look, they hate each other. Hey, did you know that the apples and the pears hate each other? That felt really dumb and dragged out a little bit, but it's really a nitpick, if anything, not a significant issue. But yeah, I definitely was entertained by this. It was not what I was expecting. Then again, I don't really know what I was expecting. Obviously, this means we learn about Applejack's parents directly. So that's all the main characters now. I mean, I guess we still don't know where Spike's egg came from. All we know is that Twilight hatched it. Don't know where Scootaloo's from. I guess that's all the like significant characters that are like side characters, but kind of also main characters. But yeah, and I think I actually almost like smiled. Like it was like a half smile. It wasn't like that much, but it was like, it's like, okay, this is something. So yeah, really wholesome episode. Interesting story, even if the main concept is obviously extremely old and done a million times, but they make it much more than just that generic story. So yeah, and actually did kind of feel something. Like a lot of times when the Applejack's parents as younger people, they were like hugging or whatever. Like the sad moments actually felt a little sad for them. So yeah, I'll give this one 8 out of 10. There were still some slow moments, and I mean, as with this show, the animation isn't that special, so it's like it's still not very visually interesting. I mean, it's completely fine. It's not like it's ugly to look at. You know, it's just nothing. It's nothing like outstanding, and this episode isn't like something that I'm gonna look back at and be like, wow, I really remember that. That's like so special. Maybe there was that song in the middle that was actually good, I guess. There was one note in it during the singing that sounded like really off. I don't know. Maybe that was intentional. It just kind of sounded weird. Yeah, that's another thing I didn't mention. So yeah, lots of kind of cute moments. Really wholesome, interesting story. I don't know if it's the best one so far. I mean, I think I was most entertained by the first part of the season 5 finale as far as one episode. But yeah, now I will say there are now 4 good episodes of this show. Cutie Mark Chronicles, Magical Mystery Cure, season 5 finale part 1. I don't remember the actual name of that. And now The Perfect Pear. So, out of, I think this is like episode 150 something. So that's my take on this. Out of 150 episodes, there are 4 good ones. So, whatever that means.